Hey, good morning guys. It is another beautiful day in North Carolina. I know it has been a few days since I have posted my last video, and that is because a couple reasons. One, I've decided I'm probably just going to cut my videos back to maybe 2 a week, maybe 3, just depends. And then of course this past weekend I had a lot of studying to do because it was test week. And I took my test last night and passed both tests. So really happy about that. For me, taking tests means the more that I take, the closer I get to the chances of being promoted. So of course with that comes other options and benefits that are very beneficial to me. So of course those are sort of a priority when it comes to that versus making videos. But there is one topic I want to touch on today, and that is instant gratification versus delayed gratification. It's so easy to get caught up in that instant gratification. So just a quick definition: instant gratification is say there's something you want and you get it. Say let's put it this way. Say there's something that you want that costs $100. You've got $100 in the bank. You can afford whatever the item is, but it's probably not the wisest idea for you to do, but you still buy it anyway. Now you've got that instant gratification for the watch, or I'm just using a watch as an example. That's just the first thing that came to my mind. Whereas you might say, well, I like that $100 watch, but why don't I wait 3 months and save $33 a month for that watch, and in 3 months I'll have $100, and I'll just find the other dollar somewhere in there somewhere. Okay, that's delayed gratification. So why is it a good thing to have delayed gratification and to wait? Well, I mean, it kind of boils down to what it is. I mean, if it's 10 or 20 bucks, I mean, it is what it is. It's not really a big deal. Instant gratification, it's something you just go through with, and it's not as emotional of a thing. You don't really put time and work and effort into getting it. I mean, you did to earn the money, but it wasn't a specified purpose for why you did it. And, it becomes just an instant thing, and you don't necessarily have as much appreciation for it when you just simply pull out the card and get it. Whereas with delayed gratification, I think it implies a few more principles that I personally believe in, especially when it comes to items that you normally just wouldn't pick up off the shelf. A box of cereal, hey, it's just a box of cereal. Even a movie, maybe you might could justify. I don't know. Just it depends on your taste and what you're looking for. But I'm thinking things in terms of like what I would say. I think of cars, okay, and that's me. That's who I am, and I've always been a car person, always will be. And so the gratification on a car, I think if I went out and bought a car right now, I think I'd have true gratification because it's something that I get passionate about. But if it's like my Porsche, something that I've wanted my whole life, and I'm going to get it a specific way, and fill in the blank of how specific you want it. What I'm doing now in order to afford it, well, I don't even know if I could afford the payment or not on a budget of mine right now. But even if I could swing the payment for a Porsche that I want, which I don't even know if that's possible. I really have no clue. There would be a lot more to it. It'd be just, okay, I bought a Porsche, I'm good. But if I went the other route and I spent 6 years, 10 years, 15 years, depending on how long it is you're saving to buy the car, it kind of makes sense that when I have the money available, I can pay cash for it. One, there's no struggling there, because really, there's struggling and saving, but there's no, can I afford it? Can I make the payment? It's okay, here's the money. Or if I do want to make the payments off what I've got, whatever. But, having that delayed gratification, I think, makes you want it even more. So you're willing to work harder so that you can get whatever it is. You know, it's not just oh, okay, I've got it. You know, there's no effort, there's no work in that. Whereas if you spent years and years and years preparing, saving, you know, thinking about it, when the time that it finally arrives, you know, it's there, it's yours, and you're gonna have so much more appreciation for it because you worked for it, intentionally saving up money for it to do something like that. You know, in a year or two, I'm probably gonna start saving up for something else that I want, which is a watch. You know, I don't have to have a $20,000 watch to be happy. However, there are some watches that I've seen that really have drawn my attention, and you know, I wouldn't mind buying a nice watch. You know, it's a bit of money, but $1,500, $2,000 for a watch. If it's something that I'm going to keep for a lifetime, and if it's something that I'm going to enjoy and, you know, not going to have a regret purchasing, shoot, I might just go ahead and get me one in a couple of years when I can actually take a little bit of money and start saving for it every month. Right now, it just doesn't fit in our budget because we have other items that we're trying to save for and we're trying to do. But you know, you get the idea. I'm going to save for it, so that way it'll be delayed gratification. But when that watch finally gets strapped onto my hand and my wrist, you know, I'll know that I've worked hard for it. I've specifically saved for it, and when the time is right, I'll be able to buy it. And you know, from that point, you can understand there's a sense of gratification and appreciation for what it took to be able to get that watch or that insert item here. You know, whatever it is you would want. So that's kind of the idea of delayed gratification and why I think it's better to wait for the major things, for the things that are bigger. You know, when you put work and effort into it specifically for, you know, the said item or vehicle or watch or whatever it is, then your appreciation level goes up. I listened to Dave Ramsey and his daughter Rachel Cruz talking about it. I've heard them talk about it many times. When it came to buying a car, you know, what they ended up doing was the 401 Dave plan. You know, if the kids saved up however much money, you know, Dave would match it. And, you know, that's a pretty sweet match. You know, if you can save 20 grand and dad's going to give you another 20 grand on top of pay. I mean, you know, and I don't know how much each child saved and what they did, but, you know, Rachel talks about when she bought her first car, I don't remember how much it was that she had saved. I want to say it was like $8,000, but that could be totally off. You know, and then she got another $8,000 on top of that from her father. You know, she talks about how she appreciated it so much more because it wasn't just handed to her. You know, she had to put some real work and effort into getting it to look right, into taking care of it, into buying the car to begin with. So it's just one of those things that, again, you can see the appreciation in it. So that's really going to conclude today's video. It's just about delayed gratification versus instant gratification, where you just go for it and it's done. Which I might also add, not always a wise decision to have instant gratification, because it might not be as good as you wanted. And number two, it might stretch you to a point to where it's not even worth it and you just get so sick of it. Whereas when you plan for it, when you get excited about it, it just creates a whole nother effect. But that's all for today's video. It's a little shorter than the average, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. See ya.